Hello everyone. Third time to try filming this, so let's hope it works seamlessly this time. Last time on our Blender Learning Series video, which is what this is, we had gotten all of the UV layout made for the lock mechanism. And now we're going to be adding the texture to it. So let's take you to the screen. And before I had just the one Blender window opened, then trying to open the other window caused problems and just a whole lot of irritation for me, so I got everything opened up once. As you can see it now, and that's where we're going to work with it from. These things happen, and we just have to learn to be flexible. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is differentiate the parts of our model. And so we're going to draw islands like we've done before. Just helps to visually differentiate the parts from each other. So there's that part, and I'm going to give that a gray. And then let's also add in, and you'll note I'm doing it down here because these are going to be added in sort of like rust or stain spots. So I'm making it big down here, but then when I actually put it on the model, it'll be nice and small. So we just want something like this, I think will do for one of them. And we want to fill it with, that looks pretty good. And we don't want a line. So just one of these, and we scale it down appropriately. We can move it in, and if we take the opacity on this one down, we can see right where to put them to get the best effect. Put one right there, and we can, what's the clone? Oh, no, just Control D, okay. We can duplicate it and rotate the duplicate a little bit. And let's move this one kind of up there. Duplicate it again, and we'll put this one. Now, I think that looks okay. And then one more for the top. That should do it. And let's bring this opacity all the way back up. And these kind of look a little bit plain, if you will, just by themselves. So what we're going to do is we're going to group them And now we're going to copy them. We'll clone them actually. And move them ever so slightly. And if we give them a darker red, we can then move them down one layer, and that's a nice effect. So let's see what that looks like on our part over here in Blender. So now we want to open an image. And over here, we need to take this from shaded or solid to textured. And there we go. So that looks okay. I think that'll do. Now for the rest of it, we need to get working. So, next up is going to be these. And let's draw our island. Get the back put in first. There we go. And now for this, let's go thinking something along the lines of this. And again, no stroke. All right, let's see how that looks. Get to tab back into the model and reload the image. Yeah, I think that's looking nice. So now let's get the rest of these, which I think are these. Let's see. If we tab back in and set the sync mode on, we can figure out which is which. So now those are the inner tops. Okay, then are they these? Yep. Okay, we know what we're looking at now. And for those, we just want that same color that we just used. So let's get our island outline made. There we go. And fill it with our color. Remove the line. And since we know what this is, we can go ahead and fill it in as well. All right, so that's going to just get a black. And no line. All right, let's load this image in and see what it looks like. I think that's looking quite nice, don't you? Could do with some shading on a few of these though. The middle ones actually. So we need to know which ones to shade. So it's going to be these. And these. And we'll just give them a little bit darker color. So which ones are those? Got it. Okay, take the opacity here down. And we're just gonna follow this edge right along. Like so. And if we give this a darker shade and then take the opacity down, we can then grab the main one and take its opacity all the way back up. And it'll have a little bit of a darker color to it. It won't be entirely black, but it will be darker. So we're going to have to play around with that a little bit. So let's reload it. That's looking okay. So if we take this down a little bit more, and that looks pretty good to me. All right, let's see if we agree when we load it up here in Blender. Yeah, I'm liking that. I am liking that. And we need to adjust those back faces as well. So which ones are these? They are that bottom one. Okay. So back over here once again. We lower this opacity. Find the one we need to work with. And we need to be make sure we're accurate, matching the lines up on this one. So okay, that looks pretty good, or good enough. And I just finish this like so. And now this one we can just use a full-on black because it needs to be. And that should do it. So let's save it and reload it in Blender again. And that looks right to me. So now it's just to do that side, the rest of it. And for that, we're just going to use a solid color. So let's see here. Ah. Okay. And I'm thinking just a copy of the first color we used over here. That should do it. And I'm not even going to worry about wrapping the color around this time. Thought that was red for a second there. Oh well. And just this one more bit. And the bottom. Save it. Jump back into Blender. Reload the image. And there we go. Oh, that was the back. Well, regardless, it doesn't need color because it's all hidden. All right, so that is going to do it. Next time we get to start importing all these into our game engine, and then we'll start talking about how to code, small coding stuff. So until next time, everyone. Hey everyone, hope you enjoyed the video you just watched. If you did, right here, let's move my head over. There we go. Right here is going to be another video in the future for the next in this particular series. And over here is going to be the previous video in this series, along with a subscribe button down below it. So feel free to give that a hit, and be sure to like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't. And let's see. Oh yeah, be sure to leave a comment. I'd appreciate knowing what your thoughts are. Until the next one, everyone.